If you are tired of pop country and are constantly searching for new artists that still sound like your favorite classics, here are 5 modern country music artists that are still keeping real country alive. So country music has been through a lot of phases, some good, some, let's say, not so good, right? But if you're like me and you're into that country music that is so centered around authentic, heartfelt, raw, just storytelling moments, that actually never went away. You might just have to look a little bit harder to find it these days, but that's where I come in, so don't even worry about it. And with that, here are 5 modern country artists that are keeping the classic sound alive, especially if you miss the days of George, Merle, Willie, Waylon, the Outlaw era. This list is for you, so you might want to save it. Before we move forward, by the way, my name is Nikki, and my content talks all about the artists of today that sound a little bit more traditional and that just aren't pop country music. So if that sounds like what you like, make sure you subscribe, smash that subscribe button so I can keep bringing you this content. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Let's boot scoot onto the list. Number 1, first artist for you is Jesse Daniel. If you don't know about Jesse yet, you've probably been living under a rock. Arguably the best live honky tonk show that I have seen. And he's from California, so he's very well versed with the Bakersfield sound. And while he does have a sound all his own, it's very much more traditional leaning, which is fitting since he mentions that some of his own influences are people like Buck Owens and Merle Haggard. So to get you started listening to Jesse's music, here are a few recommendations. First, listen to Soft Spot for the hard stuff. Love that one. Clayton Was a Cowboy, probably my favorite. And of course, arguably his biggest hit, Rollin' On.
Now I'm rolling on, get those wheels going. It ain't too late, it's always the right time.
And on to number 2, second artist is Sierra Ferrell. Again, if you don't know Sierra yet, you probably have been living under another rock. I think everybody knows about her by now. And I think people consider her also probably more American roots or Americana, but she does have a very classic sound. Definitely a sound all her own, and even more so a brand all her own. Her brand is so ethereal, basically just a little woodland fairy. It's untouchable and so phenomenal. However, I do hear a little Susie Boggess in Sierra's voice, just a little bit of a comparison there. And of course, if we go cross-genre to somebody like a Janis Joplin, I'm sure Janis is probably one of Sierra's influences. I can definitely see that in there. Her entire Trail of Flowers album that came out last year is a must listen, but to get started for Sierra, definitely go listen to her most popular hit, In Dreams, as well as some other ones like Jeremiah. And if you want a more upbeat, fun one, this is my personal favorite, listen to Fox Hunt.
Take the boat down to the river, it is shopping time. Throw the kids and feed the children, know the meat is fine. Don't let them know, don't if you're shot, don't let this slip through your hands. Chase that fox down to the pond, to the cold river bend.
And third, this artist actually came up into the industry with Sierra Ferrell. They've known each other for a very long time, definitely bussed on the same city streets here in Nashville. And that artist is Benjamin Todd. So Ben is the frontman for the Lost Dog Street Band, and he has lived quite the life, right? He's lived life on the road, literally train hopping from town to town. He is very open about his past with addiction, but has now become a staunch advocate for addiction recovery, both in his public life and in his music. So he's been putting out amazing music, a little bit probably more folky, some of his past stuff is, but for many years now. And it's definitely transitioned from a sadder, more intrinsic reflection of his current circumstances, especially when he was using, to now a little bit more of a lighthearted sound that's really just exploring all of his different inspirations and wants and loves in country music now that he's, gotten clean and is very public about that. I think the last couple of albums is really just him and his band either exploring his creativity or proving that he's able to write a genuine country gold album. He's really what I look to these days if I want a comparison to someone like, Townes Van Zandt, right? You can start with songs from Ben, like his classics, Using Again, or my favorite, Wyoming. Or if you wanted to get into some of their newer, more upbeat stuff from a new album, definitely listen to Brighter Shade.
And only I can love you like I do. And you dare to trade it
Next up, next artist is Coleman Jennings. So there's not a whole lot out there about Coleman Jennings, except I see him all the time on socials, and I really just love his voice. He's pretty new to the scene. I think he's like literally in his early 20s. I think he's still like in school. But there's only one classic artist that comes to mind as a comparison for Coleman, and that is Willie Nelson. I hear Willie's voice so much inside of Coleman Jennings' voice, and I know every artist is carving out a sound all their own, but sometimes it's good to reference other more well-known artists when I'm trying to recommend new artists to people so they can gauge an idea of if they might like them or not, right? So Coleman's a Texas-based artist, but I wouldn't really consider him Texas country. It's very much more of like a country folk, maybe even a little bit of a bluesy feel to it. Definitely way more traditional sounding. Right now, he only has an EP out on streaming, but I do think we're going to hear a lot more from him. If you want a song to check out first, definitely make it Wildflowers and Tears.
Don't you know that this life go? It'll make you gamble on that you want. All the memories and night skies that run down those vacant rails.
And last but not least on this list is Miss Brennan Lee. Brennan is just a powerhouse in so many different ways. Not only is she a musical poet with some incredible storytelling in her songwriting, but her musicianship is unmatched. I think she plays like 5 different instruments and very, very well. Her sound is very much rooted in like vintage honky tonk, Western swing, what you'd think you'd hear on like an old timey jukebox. And I would akin to it again if you want some sort of a comparison, really all the way even back to like the Carter family. All of her music plays homage to what she considers her favorite era of country, which is like the later 60s. And to get you started, definitely check out her songs like North Dakota Cowboy, and make sure you go 2-stepping to I Ain't Through Honky Tonkin' Yet.
Oh, I could have that kind of life, I bet. But I ain't through honky tonkin' yet. Maybe I...
So that was it. That was the 5 artists that sound a little bit more like the traditional artist. You have Brennan Lee, Coleman Jennings, Sierra Ferrell, Benjamin Todd, and Jesse Daniel. Make sure you add all of these artists to your playlist. Listen to them wherever you get your music, and for sure subscribe to this channel so you never miss new country music and so I can keep bringing it to you. Till next time, guys, keep country real.